Yeah, hi. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, so actually, mistakenly, I joined another meeting link, so I stay for the 5 minute. Okay, so today is the week 7, the summary session. We will discuss that week 7 summary. Any query before starting the session? Anyone? Any doubt? Any clarification? So regarding the OPP 1, actually, the syllabus is still week 6 this time. Previous term we actually consider week 7 also, but this time we are only considering week 6. So you can practice on that till week 6. Like main important topics are that conditional statements, okay, and then just preparation for that input part, how you can read the input, how you can print the output, and that conditional statements, so that if else things, and loops basically are this for loop and definitely while loop also, so do while loop and simple while loop, and basic this function, okay, so function and pointer. So week 6, so some questions will be asked like to write a complete like a sub part of the program, maybe some part of the program will be given to you, and you have to complete that program after writing the missing part. And some of the questions are to write the function definition, okay, so like from the week 5 onwards you are seeing that in your question assignments, we are asking to just write the function part, not the main part, okay. And from the main part actually we are calling the function, and your function should be written the correct answer. So same way you will get some questions on this manner. You have to write a definition of the function only. Okay, so just practice on these. That mainly this conditional loops and this input output. These are the main things for the practice. Otherwise,
Sir,
the
how
questions
many
will.
questions will be there?
So the pattern we will also share complete that detail of that pattern this time. So we change the pattern. So we will provide 6 question total, and you have to attempt 4 question out of that. So there will be two part one and part two. And in part one, there will be 3 questions, and out of these three, you have to select any two. You have to attempt any two. Okay, that parts will contain the 20 marks weightage for the 2 questions. So total 40 marks for that part. Second part will contain a total 60 marks weightage with the, so you have to attempt same things 2 question out of 3 from the second part also. But that questions contains the weightage of 30 marks. Okay, so in this way, you have to choice in each part of the one question. Suppose if you complete all the 4 question, okay, in the both part, two part, okay, so that 2 question from the first part and 2 question from the second part, and still you have some that opportunity to get the bonus marks. You can just attempt the remaining questions. Okay, after completion of the 4 question, you can attempt the remaining question if you know that how you can solve this, so you can attempt the remaining fifth questions, so and sixth questions. So you will get it 2 bonus marks for these additional 2 questions, and that 2 marks will be added in your final course score. Okay, so in this way, if you suppose if you complete all 4 question in maybe 1 hour or 1.5 hour, then you can try to attempt the remaining question also. But the criteria is you should have complete 4 question. uh, okay, that means you should have scored 100 marks, then this bonus marks is applicable. Okay, so and also the bonus marks is will be given to you only, one second, only if your question is completely correct, not the partially. Okay, yeah, that means your all test case are passed, then you will get this one bonus marks for the additional question. Okay, so this is the pattern, and question in the first part, question will be very easy, like simple conditional statement based question and simple, very easy for loop based question type. Okay, so simple one, simple for loop, like this type of. Second part, some logical questions will be there. So, but they will also be based on the only loops and conditional statements. Okay, so I hope this is clear, that OPP pattern. If you have
Yes,
any.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay, so keep continue the practice on the remaining week also. Because week 7 and till OPP week 8 will also release. So also practice on the week 8, because definitely if you will solve difficult questions, that you can easily solve that easy question in the OPP exam. So week 7, week 8, we also have the programming assignment with some logical question. So also try to solve that, and also practice with the outer resource. So we have these total assignments in our course, but there are lots of questions are available on the online resources. So you can simply select the question, you can practice, you can try to solve. Okay, and so maybe by tomorrow I'll also release some TA, actually that TA recordings for some additional practice questions. Okay, so that you can also see how that questions can be solved. Some additional questions, maybe 15 or 20 questions recording on the portal. Okay, okay. So let's move to the week 7 content.
Sir,
Just
I
wait.
have one query.
Please go ahead. Yes,
Hello.
yes. Go ahead.
Actually, I am a qualified student, so when we will get SCT mail for doing SCT?
Uh, okay. So you have qualified already?
Yes, sir, I have qualified and registered for C programming. So I wanted to know when I will get SCT mail for completing my OPP one.
Okay, so you don't worry, because they should have this. I'm also not sure, because also don't know when they will send. So I'll check with these things with the office today. Okay, so those who actually enrolled the course in same terms, so when they will actually give the SCT exam. Okay, maybe before the OPP exam, definitely they will provide this SCT to you. Okay, so just wait for the communication. So they are actually working on that.
Sir,
First, yes.
I missed the second practical lab for C programming.
Hmm.
If any chance I do attend again.
The timed lab assignment was date was till yesterday, I think. So that Saturday, Sunday, Monday, that is finished. Yeah. So what you can do, yeah, generally we provide the one more opportunity to complete these timed assignment also before the, I think, OPP 2. Okay, so just if you missed anything, just wait and just finish all the remaining, and maybe before the OPP 2 you will get another chance to complete if you have missed anything. Okay.
Okay, done, sir.
Hmm. But that window will be open only for maybe 2 3 days. So all assignment will be live, and at that time you can finish if you missed something.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay, but complete the remaining lab. Do not miss any other things. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I hope my screen is visible. So let's open. Okay. So yeah, this big is actually very interesting. Topic is started now. So this is array and string. Okay. So there are lots of problems can be asked on these topics, can be framed on these topics, because you know that strings mean some that set of characters. Okay. So some text, something where you have some text and you have to perform some operation on some text like this. And array is also so what is the array? First thing, let me discuss that part. So array basically is a collection of items of same data types. Okay, so this is the main meaning of this collection of items. Till now, what we are doing actually, we are just trying to solve the questions which take some input value, some single value, or some time maybe two value, three value like this. But what happen if we have the group data? Okay, so we have the data in the group manner, like we have 100 data, 100 records. We have the like marks of 100 students, we have the salary of 100 employee, and we want to perform something on that type of data as input. So how we can store these type of large data, and how after that how we can perform some operation on that data. So C programming and other programming language also provide a this type of data structure. In C we called as a array, and this array is a collection of items of the same data type stored in continuous memory locations. Okay, so that means we will this is a one data structure, and that contain a collection of different elements of same data type. If that means let's suppose we have if we are storing the marks of students, and marks are given as a integer. Okay, and for 100 students, so what we can do, we can create an array, and in the array actually memory is assigned continuously. Okay, suppose the first location is like 1000. So and we have the integer data, so integer takes 4 byte, and next location will be continuous in the memory like 1004. Okay, the next location will be 108, like this. Okay, 10112. So this is the way of the memory locations, where the memory locations will be assigned to this program as an array, and we will give the name of this that memory data structure as single name. Okay, so like we can give like a, or any name we can give like as a variable, and from this name we can access all these data items which are stored in continuous memory locations. Okay, and we can update, we can easily perform some operation on this. And so this is the address, so which we talked about. This is these address are continuous in the memory. And for access, how we can access data, because we cannot remember these addresses or all these things. So this data structure provides some indexing. Okay, indexing that generally start with, so the first element can be identified with 0 index. Okay, in this memory location. Second element can be identified as a 1 index. Third element can be identified as a 2 index, like this. Okay, and continuous. Suppose we have 100 element, so total first element will be considered as a 0 index, and last element will be considered as a 99 index. Okay, so this is the index, and with the help of this index we can easily directly access any element in this structure. Okay, and internally this index is also calculate the memory locations actually. Okay, so because name of this array, this is a variable, and this is just point the first address of this data structure. After that, when we want to access another element like first this index 1 2, so we generally use this notation. So name of the array and square bracket, and we pass the index like 2. Okay, so a square bracket 2, so that will internally calculate the address of the second index elements. Okay, so that means it will check the what is the first address is 1000, and plus because we are storing integer elements, so integer element is taking 4 byte, and we are calculating the address for 2. Okay, so 2 index, so that is actually 2. So in this way internally this calculation will happen, and you will get a 1008 address. That is the address of this location, second index. Okay, so but this is for our comfortable, so we will just only write this notations, and we will get the axis of this second index element a2, and we will get the axis of this. Internally the address calculation will be happen like this. Okay, base address plus index into size of the element, and you will get it direct access. So and this formula we are able to apply because our all elements are in the continuous memory locations. Okay, so because of that we can apply this address calculation. Okay, so now this is the meaning of this array. Array is just a collection of items of the same data type stored in continuous memory location. Each item in an array accessed using an index which starts from 0 and goes up to the size of array minus 1. Okay, and what is the syntax to declare this array? Okay, so first step is data type. We have to tell to the compiler that what type of elements we will store in this data structure. So that data type we have to tell. like integer, character, float, any type of data which we want to store. And then array name. Okay, and then array name we can give any name like as a variable, and that in the square bracket we will pass the size means how many elements we want to store. So that we will pass. So this is the syntax for declare the array in our program. So this then let's take the example how we can declare. So let's I want to store some 5 value. Okay, and name of the array is a, and 5. Okay, now this is the declaration. Okay, now the when we will run this code, so what will happen, some memory will be assigned to this array a. So now this is an array, and name of the array is a. We can store the data elements of type integer, and we can store 5 element in this. So this is the size. And uh, then the memory will be allocated when we will run this code, okay, to this a. Okay, and so after that we can store the elements also at the time of declaration. So we can simply write like this, like 1 comma 2 3 4 5. Okay, so at the time of declaration we can also initialize the elements. Okay, so by default this one will be assigned to at index 0, 2 will be assigned to at index 1, in this way. Okay, now we can check that we are able to access these elements or not. So let's just use the print statement here, and try to print the data. So that is actually percentile d, because we have the integer type, and now array name, and then index. Okay, so this is 0. So now let's run this. You can see what we are getting, 1. Okay, if we will write like 2, so what element should we print? 2 index, this 3. Okay, you can see 3 element is now at location this. And if we are trying to like 4, so we will get a 5. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, because we have total 5 element, indexing will start from 0, and last index will be the 4. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, total 5 elements. So this will be the indexing, and we can access any element with the help of this indexing. Okay, so in this way we can assign the elements. Let's one more thing. Suppose we have the size of array is 5, but now we are assigning only 3 elements. So what will happen on the remaining locations, so and where these elements will store? So this one element will be stored at 0 index, 2 will be stored at 1 index, and 3 will be stored at 2 index. Okay, so that things we will get as it is. So you can see at 1 index we are getting 2, but what we will get is at the 4th index now. So that is by default 0. Okay, so 0 value, if we are not assigning any element, then you may get any random garbage value. Okay, so let's if I am writing only this, so let's print this. You can see what we are getting. We have declared the array, but we have not initialized anything. Okay, so in this way you may get any random garbage value at any location. But if we assign any single element to this array, so like single one, then all remaining element locations will be filled by 0. Okay, by default. So then it will be filled by 0. Okay, and 0 index will contain the assigned value 1. So that is 1. So you can explore these things with the array when you are learning this data structure. So this array data structure, you can explore these type of things, and you can understand very well how it actually works. So this is the one basic idea of the array, how we can assign the elements, how we can access the elements. So and another thing is now how we can use this array. Okay, and in the different scenario. So first thing is passing array to function, because what we are doing, we are writing a functions, now we are solving the assignments and we are creating the function. So how we can pass an array to the function as a parameter. So now you can see what is the passing an array to the function in C. When you pass an array to the function, you are not actually passing an entire array itself. You are passing a copy of an array base address. Array's base address you are passing. Basically, this name of the array is actually a pointer. Okay, name of the array generally a pointer that contains the reference or address of first element. Okay, first memory location of this data structure. Okay, so when we pass this array to the function, so generally base address first address is actually passed, a pointer to the first element. This is because array decay to pointer when used as an argument or expression in C. There are two ways to declare a function that takes an array as an argument. So that is the first thing, big size, sorry, by size. So this is the function declaration, how we can assign the argument for the array actually. Okay, so this is very similar to the declaration of array. Okay, so we will write a void if our function does not return anything. So we will write void return function name, and then inside the function name we can declare like this data type, which type of function, which type of array we will receive as an argument. So we will just use the same data type. We can assign name, and then we will keep this empty. Okay, array name, we don't know what is the size, so we can just keep this as empty, and as a second parameter we can take as the size as the input, because we are not using any size here to receive the array. So how we will know that how many elements are there in the array? So generally we will also pass the size. So if our array is copied to in this new array, so we can only use this size. Okay, so if we have size n equal to like 10, so only we will use that, we will access only 10 element from this copied. So this is the one way uh, without size. So this is also a possibility. So without size, void function name only say data type or array name and then empty this type. So this will also receive, but then we have to mention, we have to calculate the size in our code. How many elements this array actually contain. The size information is not explicitly mentioned. The function can access the array using pointer arithmetic and the knowledge that array decay to pointer. So we have to identify that how many elements are there in the array. So we have to check with the help of some built-in function. Okay, so this is just a way to pass the array and function. So we will discuss the some code on this. So this is one example. Let's I will copy this and will explain. Just give me a minute. Okay, so you can see what is this code. We have this first main function. Okay, main function, we have this integer number and we have not assigned any size here. Okay, this is also possible if we not assign any size and we directly assign the element. So by default that number of size will be allocated to this array. Okay, so 5 elements we have initialized, so size by default 5 size will be allocated to this. Then integer array size, so we can also check the size of an array by this okay, by this built-in function. Okay, int array of size, size of numbers. So what is the size of this array and size of each element? So this is basically size of each element. So number 0 is pointing to one element, so we will check what is the size of that, total size and size of one element. So in that way we will identify that what is the total number, how many elements are there in this array. Okay, so this way you can identify that size, how many elements are there in the array. Okay, and so I hope you know this size of. Okay, so size of is a one built-in function that calculate the size of any variables or any data structure like this. So you can use this also. And after that in the next line, int total sum. So this is one function we are calling sum array by size. So here we are passing the array as well as the size here. Okay. So this function will return the total sum of elements. Okay. So let's see how this function is defined. So sum array by size. So you can see we have receiving this array. Now in the calling function, we are passing number. This is the different array. Okay. So this is the array which is defined inside the main function. But now this will be copied to this new array ARR. Okay, so that means base address will be copied to this ARR, and all elements you can access through this. And we are also passing the size, so that means if we have 5 elements, 5 will also pass here. Now in our function, we can take the help of this size and we can access the element. So sum equal to 0. Now we are using one for loop. For loop is I equal to 0 to less than size. So this is referring to index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if size equal to 5, then I plus plus. And every time we are adding the value, each value from the array using the index, so that when I equal to 0, so array 0 index element will add into the sum, then index 1 element will be added into the sum. So in this way, this function will calculate the sum of each element of the array and will return, okay, to the program. So that return value will come here and will store here. Okay, so and we will print that output total sum. Another is this is an another array. So care array. Okay, so this is also an example. Now in the C programming, we for representing the string, we also use the array of characters. Okay, because every string is just a set of characters. So we will create a character array for this. You can see type of this array is char. Okay, and name of this array is names, and now we have assigned this value. So this is just a name, but here this is a collection of character ALICE. Okay, and when we will assign this type, so index 0 will contain capital A, index 1 will contain L, index 2 will contain I, like this. Okay, so each character will be assigned on one index. Now what we are doing in this function, so we are again calling a new function find min. Function works for both int and character. Okay, so min value, find min names. So yeah, mm, okay. So this function will calculate the minimum value. So how this is actually calculating the minimum on the character, so that we will also discuss. Okay, so min function you can see. This time what we are passing as a argument only the array name. Okay, array name we are passing. Now you can see the find, we are receiving this array into a new array ARR. After that, we are just identifying the minimum value. So int min equal to first element we are just considering as a minimum. After that, we are traversing each element. So this is just a new type of character. This is called as a null terminator. Okay, every string, when we assign every string, so after last character, one new character is also included as a null terminator. So that is just an identification of the string, end of the string. Okay, so this is additional character which will come after this E. Okay, ALICE. So next character will be this n- slash 0 null terminator character. Okay, so we will just run a loop at any point when the array of I is not equal to this null terminator. We will just read the each character and we will check comparison. Now you can see ARRI is less than equal to min, and this operation on the character, how it is performing, it is performing on the ASCII value, because each character contains some ASCII integer value. So the character will be compare based on that ASCII integer value. Okay, so we are assigning this min equal to area of 0 int. Okay, so corresponding ASCII value will be assigned to this min, so that we will explore this how value are coming on this, and based on that we are finding out the minimum value. Okay, and that we will return from this main function, and that we are printing as a output. sky value. Okay, so let's run this. What we are getting? Uh, okay. So something equal to 0. Okay, something garbage value we are getting. Let's see what is the problem with this. Okay, let's write I equal to 1. Okay, 0. Okay, let's debug this. Okay, so I'm printing this value, min value in the loop. So we'll check what value we are getting. So let's use slash n also. Okay, so first part of this sum of element equal to 150. This is very clear because we are just using calling the first function and adding all these number of elements. Okay, so 10, 20, this thing, and we are getting the sum of this. That second part, when we are calling the second function, so that let's see what we are getting. Okay, so this is first things. Okay, main, then 101. Okay. Yeah, why is just not equal to null terminal plus plus 3. See. Okay, E. And here is 0.
Maybe the total sums are below.
Mm-hmm.
In the main function, total sums are, it's not initialized, maybe.
No, we are finding out the sum actually. Not we are finding out the minimum. Okay, so -1 and this is printing and a character is printing, but it is not changing. I all are -1. Min equal to air. Okay, -1. Oh no, that is wrong. This is also not change. n of array of I. Return main. '65. Okay, 1 second. B. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you can see here. So first, actually, B minimum value is A. Okay, that is not printing. 20% C main character A. 65 and okay. Okay, so let's yeah, this is just related to subject, I think. So I'll check this. Otherwise, this will work fine on the integer element. So let's change this. We'll discuss this numbers. Okay, then change to int and then int. Okay, something error. Numbers. Oh, some infinite loop is running. So this is so here actually we have to use this formula to calculate the size. This size of ARR. Yeah, minimum is 10. Okay, so yeah, I'll check this with the that characters part, but yeah, it is working fine with the minimum finding. So if we are not passing the size of an array, then we can also calculate the size by the same type of division method with the help of size of function inside the function. Okay, we are receiving only the array, but after that we are calculating the size of this received array. How many elements are there, and how what is the size of each array. So in this way, we will run this loop and we will find out the minimum element. Okay, so this is one just use of this, how we can pass an array to the function, how we can access the element, how we can find out the any particular operation. Like sometimes if a set of numbers are given, and what is the maximum value in this, what is the minimum value in this, and this type of question may be created like this. Okay, so this is one of the example. Let's move to the notes. So this is the just explanation. Yeah, next part is one we have skipped in the previous week 6, that is pointer arithmetic. Okay, so pointer arithmetic, we know that what is the pointer. Pointer is just a variable which store the address of another variable. But pointer arithmetic is that arithmetic operation that we can perform with the address, okay, which is stored in the inside the pointer. Okay, so how that arithmetic type of operation we can perform with the pointer. So what are the supported operation? Okay, so increment and decrement, this is the first operation we have, increment and decrement operation. So now you have one pointer ptr. Okay, and that contain the memory address. Okay, and if we suppose if we use this term ptr plus plus ptr minus minus, so this is just an increment operator which we generally use with the variable also. So ptr plus plus means ptr equal to ptr plus 1, ptr minus minus equal to equal to ptr equal to ptr minus 1. Okay, so this is the equivalent expression. So how it actually works, so you can see, suppose we have an array ARR, and these 5 elements are assigned. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the index to will it will assign to this. Now what we are doing, we are just using a int asterisk ptr. So now this is a pointer. A ptr is a pointer that contain the address of array. Now because as I mentioned that array name itself a pointer. Okay, so here we no need to use this and symbol ARR. Okay, generally we use this and symbol with the variable if we are just getting the address of simple integer variable or character variable like this, so we use this sign. But this array name itself a pointer, so that will directly read the address by this way. Okay, so int asterisk ptr equal to arr, so that is the address of first element. Okay, after that if we write ptr plus plus, so what is the meaning of this? So PTR plus plus is just a movement to the next element. So PTR plus one. So suppose address of first element is at 1000, and we are writing like this: PTR equal to PTR plus one. Okay. So here the meaning, this will not return a 1001 because this is a integer pointer. So 1 means the size of one element will be add into this address. Okay, so 1 means 4 byte because we are just performing this operation with integer pointer. So 1 means 1 into 4, 4 byte will be added into this address, so this will become a 1004, and that is the address of second element. Okay, so in the pointer arithmetic, this works like this. So it's same things. If we decrement, okay, ptr minus minus, so that will reduce a 4 byte. Okay, in this case. So this is the increment and decrement operation we can do with the pointer. So let's explore this also. So I'm removing this. Okay, now Now this is the code. And let's after ptr plus plus, so let's print the value of next. So print f, that percentile t, and then asterisk ptr. Okay, so we are getting the value. So you can see ptr was pointing, let's make this first comment and see what value we are getting. Okay, so we are getting ptr, because ptr is pointing to the first element address, so that is printing 10. And after writing this ptr plus plus, so that means it will move to the second element. Okay, so same way we can write like multiple time these things, or you can write like simple ptr equal to ptr plus 2. Okay, so that means 8 byte will be added into this, and that will reach at the this address, and you will get a 30. Okay, and after that you can use decrement also. So let's like -1, so it will come back to the second element, so that is 20. Okay, so this type of operation you can do with the add pointer, but just remember that how this add is increment and decrement is happening with the address. This is not a direct addition. Okay, so pt address plus this two value, this is it, this means two elements size. Okay, addition and subtraction. So same things we have already discussed. So ptr plus n, ptr minus n. So same ptr plus 2 which I mentioned. So that things we can do with the pointer also. So that is also supported operation. And next thing is the array indexing using pointer. So we have this pointer can be used to access element of an array. Syntax. This is the syntax. Asterisk ptr plus I is the equivalent of ptri. Okay, so as I mentioned that how we calculate this address internally, so the how this array actually works internally. So generally we write an indexing like ptr indexing 0. So that operation, this type of operation actually internally perform. So base address plus 0. So 0 is the integer value. So 0 into 4 byte. Okay, so that will become 0. So base address. So that will point to the first element. If you write ptr 1, okay, so 1 means base address ptr plus that 1 into 4. So that, and then we are using the that this asterisk sign, so that means we are getting the value dereferencing. So we are getting the value. So same calculation is happening with the help of pointer. So without using this indexing thing, we can also access the element by this pointer. Okay, in the same way in the help of pointer. So like in the code, so like you know that ptr we have assigned as a array first element. You can also okay, so this is the one way to write the address, directly assign the address. Otherwise what you can do, if you are assigning a value, like so now we are uh, pointing to the value, first value, and then we can use this and symbol. Okay, then this is fine. So this is also the similar of previous one. Now this is also indicating the address of first element, and we want to directly read this address of second element. We can use this array 1. Okay, and by default array name is the address of first element, so this is also fine. This directly indication is also fine. And here you can see how we can directly fetch the element by this way, plus like 0. Okay, so this will indicate a first element. You can see now if we will read change this to 1, so that will point to the second element. So here how we are accessing the element with the help of pointer. Now so 3 will access the element as 40. Okay, this way. So in this way you can also access the element. Pointer difference, so that is also fine. You can also use this as I explained this for ptr minus 2, ptr minus 1, this type of thing. So difference you can also do. Suppose you have this first array ARR0 pointer first is actually contain the address of zeroth element. Okay, pointer to contain the address of third index element, that means this one. And you perform this ptr2 minus ptr1. So what it will return? It will return how many elements are there in between this range. Okay, so that means that will just return a like a 0 1 2 3 4. So 3 minus 0, that 3 value will be returned. So what is the number elements difference in between if you perform the operation like this? So pointer comparison, you can also compare the pointer. So this is also one arithmetic operation. If you have two pointer like this, so you can validate that which address comes before another address. So same example, you are reading the address of first element and third index element. So if you compare this condition, then you will get a this condition become a true because this PTR1 address comes before the PTR address 2. So that type of operation you can also do. So these operations are basically considered as a pointer arithmetic. Okay, increment decrement operation you can perform with the pointer, addition and subtraction, array indexing using pointer, pointer difference, pointer comparison. Okay, so that things you can directly do with the pointer. So this is about an array. So how you can read, how you can write an array, and also how we can traverse the things. So that is also discussed with the help of for loop. And so that you can, and also how you can read the element of the array, that is also important. So this is the assignment at the compile time. We have assigned the value at compile time. So suppose how we can read the element and directly store into the array from the user. So this is, you can see I have assigned a 10 size to the array, and I want to read the element from input. Okay, or let take small size, so like 5. And after that we will print these also. So how we can read these elements of an array as from the user. So because we need to read 5 elements, so we will run a loop here. So for uh, integer I we will take for the index, so that we will start from the 0, and this I is less than to the 5 minus 1 4. Okay, so equal to 4, and I plus plus. So this I we are using for the indexing. Okay, because we will just use I equal to 0, we will read one element and we will store that element to the array 0 index. Then we will increment our I. So here we will use this scanf to read value, and that is, oh, sorry, percentile d, because we are reading the integer element. Now array name and I, we will pass I here, and we will use this and symbol. Okay, so by this loop what will happen, it will ask give the input one by one for 5 element. Okay, so 0 to 4. Every time this I value will be passed here, and that our element input element will be stored at this array 0, then array 1, then array 2, like this. Okay, after that we want to print all the elements. Okay, so again we will run a loop. So for uh, same thing, so int I equal to 0 and I is less than equal to 4, and I is plus plus, and then simple print statement, printf, and or use this percentile d, and same things a r r I, and we will give the space. Okay, so now these two loops we are running. First loop we are using for to read the element, second loop we are using to print the element. And let's run this and see it is working fine or not. Okay, so it is asking for the input. So let's 10 is the first, then 20, then 40, then like 50, then 70. Okay, after that you can see so it asked 5 elements input, and then it is printing all the value which is stored inside the array. So second loop is now running, and it is printing all the element which is stored in the array. So this is the way to read the array input. So we will use the for loop and scanf for that, and to print the all elements of the array we will use the for loop and print statement. Okay, so this is input, this is reading the input for an array at the runtime when our program is running. So this is the one thing. And okay, now let's move to the string part. Okay, because string is also a part of an array in C. We will so in C programming, string is a sequence of character stored in continuous memory locations. String in C are represented as array of character terminated by null character. Yeah, this is one important thing. So in string in C, okay, it is a set of characters, but it is terminated by always a null character. Okay, so this is just a identification of the termination of the string, end of the string, null character. C does not have a built-in string data type, so string are typically represented using character array. So like other Python language, so that string we can directly store, but here this is the array. We will use the array for the string storage. Now, so this is some example: creating and initializing string. Okay, so let's explore this also. Okay, so here you can see we have this code, and let's run this. We are getting this out to output. So what is the this? These are the two way we can assign any strings. First is using character array. Okay, so we have declare one array character data type str1 is the name of an array, and then this is the empty string, and we have directly assigned the value strings to this, and by default all the size will be assigned to this array. Each character will be stored at one index, and last character will be the terminator, null terminator. Okay, the different way, second way is to using pointer. Okay, now we have created one pointer of character, okay, that contain the like a address of so what will happen actually, this is a pointer, okay, character pointer str2. Now we are assigning this. So same things similar to an array, continuous memory will be assigned to this. Okay, and the base address will be assigned to this str2 pointer, and after that next memory location will be contain the next character, then next character, like this. But this is just using the pointer without array declaration type, but this is also very similar to the array because each character is stored at the one memory location. So in two way we can store the string in our variables. After that we can simply print like this, so print str1, and we use the specifier s for this. Okay, percentile s to print the string str1 and str2, and then we are, you can see we are getting the same output for both way. Okay, and yeah, so some common functions are there, so you have to practice on these function. So how we can read the strings, how we can print the that strings. So there are how we can read the character, how we can print the character. So there are multiple way. So these are some important function we have noted down. There are other function are also there, some operations related, but string input operation. Okay, so how we can read the strings. Okay, so using scanf, we have already seen this. Not okay, not seen. Okay, so how we can read the strings from the user, okay, at the runtime. So we will use the same scanf. We will use percentile s specifier. Like this we use the percentile d for integer, like this. So same here we will use percentile s. But here the problem is it stop reading at the first white space character encounter. Okay, so what is the meaning of this? Let's explain this. Okay, so this is the code. You can see str. We have created an array of 100 character size. Okay, 100 size, and asking for a strings, and we will pass a string here, and after that we are simply printing a string. So let's run this and see how it will work actually. Enter a string. So I'll just pass it like a hello. You can see after that it is printing the output hello. So this is working fine. No problem, but there is a problem in this. Let's I'll just give an input as a hello world. Okay, now there is one space in between hello and world. This one space, and when we will print this, you can see what we are getting, only hello, because we have entered one space. So this scanf function basically reads the input till space. Once the space found, it will stop the reading. Okay, so only the hello part will be read and it will be stored inside the string, and remaining part will not be read. Okay, will be skipped in this that scanf function. And you are getting only this output. So this is the drawback for this. So we have the another way, using fgetS. Okay, so this is the another function. FgetS function reads a line of text from the standard input. So this is also reads the line of text. It reads until it encounter a new line character or the specified maximum number of characters. It's safer than scanf because it allows the maximum number of characters to read. So here the code, the way to read is different. So let's so this also. These functions are very important for files related code also, and string related. So okay, now you can see what we are doing. We have declared one array of 100 size character type. We are asking to enter an array. Now this is the function. So what is the meaning of each? So str is a name of variable where we will store the data. Okay, after reading the input. Size of str. What is the maximum size we want to read here? Okay, so this is the second argument for this function. Okay, what maximum size we want to read, and this is a standard input. We will use this as a standard input to read the data. Okay, so in this way we can read the input like hello world, and you can see we are getting this hello world as the output because all the complete line is stored. Okay, let's see what is the meaning of the size here. So let's change this and let's take 5 character size only, and here we pass this big strings. Okay, hello world. You can see so HELL, these are the 4 character and one is for null terminator. So 5 characters are filled. Okay, because the size limitation is only 5 character. So only that in part of the input is coming. Okay, so this is the drawback. Uh, Not drawback, but here we can specify this. So if we have size like 100, still we can mention the size like 5, and still this will work in the same way. You can see, because this is the limitation. Maximum size we can decide here how much size we want to read here. Okay, so in this way we can read, and if we mention this like 20, then it will come fine. Okay, now complete line is coming. And also let's try this new line character. Okay, one second. Okay, it is reading as a text, not new line character. But yeah, if you want to want to give the multiple line as a input, so it will only read a first line. Okay, it will not read a second line because the null new line character will also be included in that. Okay, so this is the purpose for this. Okay, you can completely read is complete one line of using this fcat. So this is very important on the both the cases. Okay, so these two, and next is this string output operation. So one we have seen this printf. Simply we can directly print using this s. So that is work fine. And another is that put s. Okay, similar to get s. Here we will use put s. Put function is used to print a string followed by a new line character. So that it is simpler to use than printf for printing. So you can see to print the print using the printf function, we use the specifier, all these things. But using put s, we need to write only the variable name or array name. Okay, so here you can see str contain this hello world, and we want to print this. So we can simply directly write put as str. Okay, no need to mention the specifier here because this is only for the string. So it will print complete string. So this is the two way to print the output. uh, okay, so another is more than character is also there. So get c and put c. So there are two other methods are also there. So that is only for the character reading and character printing. Okay, get c and put c. So you can explore this. Other basic functions on the strings are actually some important functions are there that is actually generally used in the our problem solving. So that is first str len. Okay, this is the one function, and that function calculate the length of the string. Okay, so if you use this code, let's use this. Okay, so you can see hello, we have this in the printed, and we want to find out the length of this string. So we will use only directly strlen and then this array name. So this function directly print the length of this, okay, without including the null character. So that is strlen. You can directly find out the length. And another is strcopy. So that is strcpy. So what is the use of that? So you can see we have one array src. Value is stored in this array. We have another array chardest20. Here you cannot copy like this dest equal to src. Okay, that is the not the correct way to copy. If you want to copy one string into the another array, okay, so another character array, so you can use this function strcpy destination. Okay, so where you want to copy and where from you want to copy. So that is src. So two argument you have to pass here, where you where from you want to copy as a src on second argument, and first argument is the destination. And then you can see that data will be to the uh, destination, this one. Okay, so strcpy is the one of that uh, important function. strcat. Okay, purpose is concatenate two strings. Okay, so let's discuss this also. Okay, so this library, this header is also important. If you want to use this strcpy or this type of function, just include this header string.h that contain the definition of this. So this is the concatenation. First string contain hello, second string contain str2, and you want to concatenate these two strings into str1. Okay, so that means str2 will be included in str1. So you can write like this strcat str1 comma str2. and str data will be added into the str1, and you can see this become hello world. Okay, so strcat, this is one function that concatenate the strings. Another next is this comparison strcmp. Okay, compare two strings. So that checks the equality if strings are equal or not. How you can compare two strings that strings are equal or not? So that this function is useful. So hmm, you can see hello and hello both. So if both strings are same, this function returns 0. Otherwise, it will return any other value. So you can simply compare if you want to compare any two strings. So you can use this function strcmp. You can see these strings are equal. And let's change little bit. So you can see this condition will, this will not return 0. It will return some other value. So that is actually uh, strings are not equal. Okay. So you can use this. This is also very important. And string one, we have this strchr finds the first occurrence of character in a string. Okay, so that is also one common thing to use. Okay. Hmm. So str hello is there, ptr pointer char ptr. So this we will store the location. Okay, so that position here. So str and character. Second argument we will what we are searching in this. So if p pointer is not equal to null, that means our character is found. If our pointer is null, then that means our character is not found. Suppose we are searching like a, so that is not exist. So we will get a character not found. So our ptr will remain null in this case. But our if character is there, so that will return the position of this 4. Okay, so position means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is one. Some other functions are also there. So that one is to just uh, find the. Okay, so this is str toke split a string into tokens based on a delimiter. Okay, so that is one direct function, but this is difficult to understand, so that we will discuss later. This things we can also do with the loop also. Okay, so simple delimiter if you want to split the strings, just space. So what you can do, you can just run a loop, okay, and just read the each character. If you found any that space character, okay, so then you can break that break that. So that things this part can be done in easy way also. Otherwise, if this function directly can do. Okay, but this is very this is some little bit difficult to understand actually. So right now we can skip, but later we will discuss this also in the coming session. And this is also str that actually find the first occurrence of substring in the strings. Okay, so like hello and world we are looking. So str you can use directly and it will return the position. So these are some common methods which are used to perform some string operation. Other operations are also there, but that you can explore if required. Otherwise, it is also fine for some in the starting of this string operations. So these are the summary of Week-7. So mainly array and pointer arithmetic, and then string. So if anyone have any query, then you can ask. Anyone any query in this? Any doubt in this array or anything? Nisu mentioned that, sir, can you please explain it again? Nisu, can you just mention which part you are, if you want to repeating? Hello,
Sir,
hello, am I audible?
she is asking when the you ran the program now, sir, at that time.
Okay, which program? I actually just check now.
The first
So the
program, sir.
sum of an array one. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That okay.
I think she is not in the meetings.
Okay. No problem. So let me discuss this sum of an array part. So I'm writing a totally new code. Hmm. Okay. So suppose let's we have an array. First thing we will understand only by the one main function how we can perform this addition operation. So let's we have one integer array int a and like 10 element. Okay. And now we are assigning these 10 element well here like 1, 3, 4, 5, 12, 10. Okay, so how many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more like 30. Okay, so suppose we have this 10 area and we want to add all these elements. So because we know that we have the size 10, total 10 elements are there, and how we can add this. So simply we will take some or any variable where we want to store the sum. So that is actually sum equal to 0. So this is the initialization. After that we will read each element of the array one by one and we will add into our sum. So how we can do this? Because here the repeat we want to perform some repeated operations. So addition of the each element into the sum variable, and so we will use we will take the help of loop here. Okay, and inside the loop we will use a variable for the index. Okay, that index will actually point to each element one by one, and it will add into the final sum. So we will run a loop for and int that I equal to 0, so that we are using for the indexing, so that will start from 0, and that indexing will go move to till ninth index. Okay, so we have total 10 element, that means last index is 9, and then each time we will increment by 1, and inside this okay, what this is semicolon. Okay, so every time we will read one element from the array, so that we will like here sum equal to sum plus a of I. Okay, so now each element will become and will add into the sum. So I when I equal to 0, so a0 will be add. When I become 1, a1 will be add into this. After that we will print this. So printf and percentile d and then sum. So this is just a output, and we will use, and 150 we are getting. I'm not sure we are directly getting this. We just validate this. So suppose 35. Okay, yeah, it is changing. Okay, so total sum is coming after all these elements is 155. Okay, so this is the addition of all elements, and same things if we want to do by the function. So like we can write a function for that int add. Okay, so I'm giving the name as a add function, and here I'm reading this int array arr, or let's take this a int like size int n. Okay, not sorry. So inside this we have to return something. So return, and we have to return the sum like. Okay, so sum, and this is the variable. Now I'm copying the same things. Yeah. Okay. So same thing I have done. Now ARR. Let's. I'm taking this ARR. So to call the above function, we have to actually pass this array and size of this array. So what we will do, we will just so that is returning something. So we can call here also. So that function name is add, and that is taking an array as input and the size. So size is 10. Okay. So now you can see this function we are calling from this main function. So add, and we are passing this array ARR, and we are passing the size also. So that array will be copied to this A array, and size will be copied to this N. Now we are using this. Okay, so we will use this N here, and we are using this data from this A and N, and then we are adding this, and that value, return value, will be come here. Okay, and that we are directly printing by the print statement. So okay, so something wrong. What is the mistake? In some, int a n equal to 10. Oh, okay, less than. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, so this is one very common mistake. So if you are taking the size like 10, okay, so that means indexing should be less than 10. Okay, so 9, that should be the 9. So if you so because he is actually not give any error. If you have the size limited to 10, and you want to access the index like 11, 12, it will actually allow, but it will give some random value for that location. Okay, so that is the location which is not uh, that means assigned to you, but still you can access that location, so that may have some garbage value. So that value will be added in your output. So just keep this thing in your mind when you have some limited that size which you have defined in your program. Only access that size. Okay, do not access the outside of that. Okay, so that may give some incorrect things in your code. Yes. Who Shiv Kumar?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yes.
this could be the reason, sir. Last time that while comparing the string, meaning we got that garbage, sir. This could be one of the reasons, sir. I think we can.
That character things, na, you said.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I'm not sure that sky value. What? Why that? Okay, let me see that code again also. Yeah, something garbage was coming on that code.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
I think this could be the one of the reasons, sir. Because we initialized all
but
the.
yes, but we could not figure out that where that. So let me copy again that code. So this was okay. So I'm removing this, and this part is also fine. Hmm. So this was the code. Okay, and let's run this. So 101. This time we are getting, I think, fine. Minimum value 101. Uh, okay. Second. First, let me check printf percentile percentile d for character a. That sky value we have to check actually for each character here. So ALI us sorry ALI.
C, sir.
Okay, let's see what is the SKY value for each. So this is the 65, 108, 105, 99, and 101. Okay, our code is returning 101, so that should not correct actually. 65 should come. Okay, so let's see what is the possible error here. So min is assigned to this first character. Character, okay. Int.
To null.
One second. Print percent. This time garbage value is coming. So this ARR0 is coming as a T. So this garbage value, so why this is coming, and ARR0 is character is C. So this is the my doubt actually why this because ARR0 is a character A, but why this garbage value is coming for this?
Sir, in the function declaration, we have put the open thing. So that's the reason, sir. You really need to mention any size or something.
But we are no, you can see, but we are getting the correct character, na? So ARR0 character we are getting A.
But while comparing within the for loop, maybe it takes the all
No,
input.
that is fine. That is the later thing. But in the first step, actually, you can see character A character that sky value we are getting 65.
Sir,
But here, this is also same thing, na? So character A. But why this is printing this garbage value? This 166. These things. This is the my concern. Because IRR0 is the same character, na? So A,
yeah,
which is we
yeah.
can value we have validating here. But why this value is coming?
How many, if you put how many values, sir, it takes, sir? How many array size it takes, sir? In this case, it's not limiting, no, sir, in the here of I. It
One
is
sec,
taking
let's
more
check.
values, sir.
Sec.
Until null, we have telling, sir. Until null, but where the null comes, we don't. Uh,
E. Something is wrong actually. Because second character is L, but it is showing E. Okay.
because we are starting from one, no, sir. Initialize from one, no, sir. Basically, int one. Int for in the loop, sir. For loop. It starts
No, no,
from.
that is the different things. We are actually just accessing the things. When we are calling this array, so you can see allies. This is the array names,
Yeah.
and we passed. Okay, one second. What is this?
Yeah.
Okay, so warning is coming. So incompatible pointer type passing char 6 to parameter to type int asterisk. And what is here? Int. Oh, okay, okay. This is character array. Oh yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that was the reason. Now we will get correct answer. Yeah, this is now working. This was the reason actually. We have this character. We are passing character array, but we are receiving in integer array.
Okay.
Okay, so that should also be the same data type what we are passing.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Okay, that was the mistake. Then it is working fine. You can see we are getting the SKI value for each, and we are getting the minimum among all. Then 65. So this is working fine. Okay, yeah. Okay, any other query? Anyone? Can we take min as 0 initially, then assign maybe? Uh, no, that is not the case because 0 we are taking, definitely we will get positive value for SKI, so 0 will remain the answer. So that is not possible. Yeah. Okay. Any other query? Anyone? Any doubt in array part or anything? Okay, so if there is no query, then we can close the session. We will meet in the next. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye.